Hello, my wonderful art students. It is Thursday, and you'll see that you don't have an art prompt for today. So you do not have to do this with me if you don't want to, but if you do feel like drawing, today we are going to be drawing a spring garden. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's start our garden by breaking up the space. Draw a line across your page for the horizon line, and then a lower line to show where the foreground starts. Let's connect them with two diagonal lines that will form a path in our garden. The next thing I want to add in our garden is a row of trees. A very simple way to draw a tree is to draw two lines that bow away from each other, and then at the top of it you'll write the letter V on both sides and then a V or a U in the middle. You'll add the bushy part at the top of your tree, and then you'll want to make sure that you draw the line where the trunk and the ground meet. As you draw your trees, you don't want them to all be the same size or to have the same number of branches. If you draw trees that look like they are behind the others in the front of the row, then that'll help to add some depth to your work. Remember to draw light as you are starting, so that way you can erase any mistakes or any lines that don't need to be there anymore. You see that I'm erasing my horizon line as I draw each tree. I'm going to draw another row of trees on the other side of my path. Start out with a curved line, draw a curved line down, and there's a V in the middle. I'm going to draw another tree beside it. I'm going to keep on going until I've got my row of tree trunks. I'm going to erase the horizon line that's inside of each tree. And then I'll add the line where the trunk of the tree and the ground meet. My next step is to draw the bushy part of the tree. Remember that these don't need to be perfect, and as you are drawing them, if you kind of stumble over your drawing as you're drawing them, it will help them to look more natural and to look more realistic. Drawing them in this way will also help you to break away from that poofy cloud texture that a lot of us use on the tops of our trees. The next thing that we're going to add is going to be a flower bed on each side of our path. To start our flower bed, we're going to draw two parallel lines on each side of our path. In between our parallel lines, we're going to draw thick blades of grass. You'll want your blades of grass to be different sizes, so change up the height and the thickness as you draw them. Be sure you're also overlapping. I realized after drawing my first patch of grass that I had my horizontal line cutting through it, so if you want to erase or lighten your line before you draw your grass, that would probably be helpful. Inside of my grass, I'm going to draw some stems. These are going to be for my flowers. Above each stem, I'm going to draw the center of my flower, leaving a space in between the line and the circle that I draw. I want this row to be irises, so the shapes that I'm drawing are the organic or the natural shapes that you see formed by iris flower petals. On the other side of my path, I'm going to erase the line that's at the top of my flower bed so that way it doesn't cut through my blades of grass. Remember that you want a variety of different sizes and different shapes in your blades of grass. So change up how thick you make them and how tall you make them. Also, don't forget to overlap. And if you draw a few of them that come off of the flower bed out into the grass, that will help to connect the grass to the flower bed. Now we are going to add stems for our flowers just like we did on the other side. On this side of my garden, I'm going to draw tulips. Tulips can be drawn by drawing the letter U and then a W at the top. You might also want a variety of height in your flowers. Now that our flower beds are done, let's come in and add texture to our path. I'm using short, quick, arched lines. I love gardens that are alongside water, so I'm going to add a stream through my garden. I'm going to draw 2 straight lines on each side, and then I'm going to draw 2 arched lines, so that way I can make a bridge over my stream. Your arched lines will need to be parallel, and you'll connect them with a straight line at the top and at the bottom. To draw guardrails on your bridge, you can draw a line that goes straight up on each corner of your bridge, and then you'll connect those with the curved line as well on each side. Wood planks can be created by horizontal lines, and bars on your bridge's guardrail can be created by vertical lines. I'm going to add in some shadow underneath my bridge. The edges of water in a stream, a river, an ocean, they are not straight. So I'm going to come in and add some curved lines for my water as well as curved lines for my texture. I'm also going to add in a rock with some grass because the water's not deep, it's pretty shallow. Leading from my bridge, I'm going to add some stepping stones. They are formed like ovals but not perfect because they are rocks and they are a natural shape. Where the stones meet the grass, I'm going to add some little blades of grass to show the texture they're sitting in. Next, we're going to add a table in our garden. To draw this piece of patio furniture, you're going to start with an oval, draw 2 diagonal lines down, draw another small oval, and then draw 2 lines down and curve them out. You'll connect those 2 lines with a smile. I'm going to come in and add 2 more bars to support our tabletop. There'll be one in the front and one kind of towards the back. With our table, I'm going to add 2 chairs. We'll begin by drawing 2 vertical lines up. One of your vertical lines will not intersect your oval, but the other one will. Then you'll connect them with 2 lines. You'll draw 2 horizontal lines across and then a diagonal line that connects them. And then from the corners, you'll draw a line down for each leg of your chair. The 2 legs that are closest to you will be longer than the 2 legs that are further away. To draw a chair that's behind the table, you'll start out by drawing what looks like a rectangle, and then I drew a line just to show where the seat of the chair is, and then I drew some table or some chair legs down. You can add anything you want to your tabletop. I'm going to add a simple place setting with a plate, some cups, and maybe like a jug of lemonade. To finish our garden, I'm going to add a few more details. Let's add some flowers beside our stepping stones. The type of flowers that I'm drawing are very simple. They're an oval with some U shapes around them to make them look like they're laying flat on the ground. I think adding 1 or 2 butterflies might be a good addition to our garden. You could also draw some bumblebees or birds. If you want to add some flowers that pop up out of the ground, you can do that as well. Draw a line that's curved that goes straight up, and then a circle with U shapes around it. Let's add some texture in our foreground. Remember, foreground is the part of your paper that's closest to you. I'm going to add some blades of grass along my stream. And a few clouds in the sky and some sunshine because it's a bright sunny day. You can also add mountains, hills, or even more trees to your background. I hope you enjoyed creating your garden with me today. I wish you well, my wonderful art students.